What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today is the start of my off-season previews for every single team in the NHL. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to be mapped out when it comes to uploading them. I'm going to do my best to make sure I get them all out before free agency kicks in and probably the draft as well. So hopefully I can get these done really quick. I've got all my notes in front of me when it comes to the teams I've already wrote stuff down for, because I still have to write for quite a few teams. And forgive me if I miss out on something for your favorite team. I'm just doing my best to make sure I get all the information that I need to preview the offseason for every team that I'm doing. Today is the Carolina Hurricanes from the Metro Division. So let's get right into it. But if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers, so make sure if you want to be a part of that to subscribe. Lots of videos and streams coming up. But let's get into the information that I've acquired. These videos won't be too long because of the fact that I have to do one for every single team. So let's get into it. So they missed the playoffs and they placed 6th in the Metro Division with a record of 36, 25, and 11. And that was good for 83 points. So the Metro is tough. And the Carolina Hurricanes are a young team, relatively young team that, has some cap space. They want to get better. They have some pieces that they can trade. And I thought that this time would be perfect to talk about the Carolina Hurricanes. I was probably going to have them close to the top of my offseason previews anyway, but there is a lot of information coming out about the fact that everybody could get traded on Carolina if your name isn't Sebastian Aho. So, Sebastian Aho probably is the only guy that's really safe on the Carolina Hurricanes at this point. I'm sure there's some other guys that are relatively safe as well, unless you get a ridiculous offer. But it looks like Carolina is open for business, and they want to make moves because they should be a better team. They have the money to at least add some players in free agency if they really wanted to. And let's get into more of the UFAs and RFAs that they have and stuff like that. But their UFAs right now are Lee Stepniak, Derek Ryan, and Cam Ward. So Stepniak probably won't be back, in my opinion, unless you get him on a cheap deal. Derek Ryan, again, kind of the same thing. I'm not too familiar with him, but I'm sure they would probably bring him back on a cheaper deal. And Cam Ward is an interesting name, and I'll get to the goaltending situation in a little bit. The RFAs are Elias Lindholm, who they will probably give a deal to. Again, RFAs, you're more likely to get a deal done, especially with some of the, bottom 6 or, bottom 9 type of players, and like lower end defensemen. Those cheaper deals happen a lot quicker, but some of the bigger name RFAs, it is a little difficult sometimes. So Elias Lindholm will definitely get a contract. Nordstrom, Giuseppe, is that how you pronounce his name properly? Those guys will probably get cheaper deals. Noah Hannafin will probably be in for a big deal. Dahlbeck, same thing, probably a little bit cheaper. And Trevor Van Riemsdyk, if they do, plan to keep him, I feel like he might be a guy that could be on the outside looking in if they want to move him. But other than that, they could give him a smaller deal. They do have the money to. And again, with some of these RFAs, I could be incorrect, but they're so hard to tell. And I am recording this video on May 15th, so this could all be changed. A player could sign within the next 10 minutes, and this would be outdated. So if any of these players have signed or been traded, forgive me, I can't tell the future. So Carolina has a solid D-core. That's one of the notes that I put here. We all know that they've had a pretty good defensive core. A lot of young pieces that will be coming up too. But that's not their main issue, of course. They need more scoring up front, and they need better goaltending. The Carolina Hurricanes have not been getting the goaltending that they need, for sure. And like I said earlier, Sebastian Aho might be the only player that's untouchable on this team. Martin Nikes will probably be up next year, but that won't help everything. So obviously that's their number 1 prospect, according to a couple places that I've checked. So if I'm incorrect again, but I believe he's a centerman, could be wrong. He will definitely help next year, hopefully bring them some more scoring. They need to get better quickly, and they'll probably dip into the free agent market or make a trade, because these rumors are coming out that they're pretty much open for business. They need to make a move, and with the money that they have, I'm pretty sure that they have a quite significant amount of cap space that they could use this offseason, so look out for that. So basically anybody that isn't Sebastian Aho, like I mentioned, is free reign. And there's been rumors around Skinner, who had 49 points last year. He has 1 year left on his deal, but he has a full no trade clause. And also Justin Falk has been in on the rumors. He had 31 points last year and has 2 years left on his deal. They're both affordable contracts, and they probably could bring you back something significant. Nothing like huge unless they're packaged together, but Skinner's a good player, still pretty young. Same thing with Falk. They both will put up points for you, and they will get you a pretty decent return. Now, if I'm Carolina, I'm looking at the goaltending market. I'm dangling them when it comes to a goalie for sure, because, and this is not to say that Carolina is just going to start trading their whole roster. This is just the information that I've been given and that we all have been given, and it's not necessarily it doesn't have to be Skinner or Falk that gets moved. But those are the guys that have been in trade rumors. In goal, they need Darling to step up or he needs to go. They're screwed because if Darling, I believe, what does he have? A couple more years on his deal or something like that. Him and Ward both played 43 games and Ward had the better numbers. Ward had a better goals against average and save percentage, and they figured Darling was going to come in and be their #1 guy. It didn't work out. Darling is supposed to be that guy. Ward's a UFA, and Darling's at 4.1 for the next 3 years. So they could be in trouble. If Ward decides to go somewhere else as a backup or a starter, not sure where he would start, but if he decides to go somewhere as a backup, a very solid backup, then Carolina might be hemmed in with just having Darling as their starting guy. They might have to look into the trade market because I don't know if Darling's the one to get it done. Obviously, he has a decent resume, but it was mostly in limited playing time. He hasn't been given a full season to just take over, and hopefully he'll rebound because he definitely wasn't as good as he should have been this year. And they really need a goalie, and they need to make moves when it comes to getting more scoring up front. James Van Riemsdyk maybe, is that an option? Tyler Bozak for some depth. They have good pieces over there. They've got really, really good pieces, guys that can score, but through the UFAs, their RFAs, and maybe through the trade market and maybe even free agency, they're going to have to make some tough decisions. So Carolina fans, let me know what you guys think about this video. What do you guys think is going to happen in the offseason with the Carolina Hurricanes? I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.